Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon to all participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce my name, as mentioned just now by the Chairman, is Mr. Yahaya. Actually, it's my father's name. Anyway, it's okay because we in Malaysia normally call the first name is my name. Actually, my name is Zainuddin. So it's okay, no problem. Okay. So today, as I mentioned, been informed that I have 15 minutes. I don't know whether I can finish up all my PowerPoint, but I will go through. If cannot, I hope Apex next year will invite us for another session. Okay. So the contents of my speak today is a introduction and backgrounds of the economic formulation, and then roles of industry, training concept, career mappings, and way forward. So with that, I try to share with the audience that the backgrounds of economic for Malaysia. As you can see that although there are so many crises of the economy, for main crisis, and we can maintain our sustainable real GDP growth at averagings of 6.3. As we can see previously by Mr. Chairman, that Malaysia's target is 5.5, but this one is a real economic growth. So beside that, we can see by the strong and convinced of the economy, we have to transform how it becomes to this situation. You can see before independence, we are on the agriculture contribute to our income, and then we convert into manufacturing, and lately to service. So by that, we can see the GDP growth increased 11 times, meaning we need more manpower, more skilled men for the industrial country. So what I have to share a bit sad that agriculture is declined, but very happy to hear from the Taiwan University. That's why we can see from the graph 194 students in Taiwan University studies agriculture. So by seeing the data, we can see the truths of what being spoken by the president. Okay. So on that note, I proceed with the Malaysia TEVT evaluation from independence. That these are the evaluation. The access of the training start with in 1964, and nowadays in my department, I mean in my ministry, we have 20 training institute. So Ministry of Education, Ministry of Rural Development, and the Community College, and lately by college vocational college. Anyway, this one is progress for year 60 to 2020 Malaysian vision to achieve high income nation and the advanced economy. So with the three component, access, and then funding by the Human Resource Development Act, meaning, I don't know the backgrounds, the industry, the company in Malaysia have to contribute 1% of the income of the person to the HRDF, and return back, they will train the employees from same company. So they have fund for that. So beside that, the governance of the training to monitor, to regulate, to steer the implementation is a Education Act. there's introduction of NOS. I will talk more about NOS. And then we have this act in order to make it regulated, monitored, and overseen by, so not misuse of any powers. So nowadays, the main players for the TVET, you can see the numbers, more than 1,000 TVET institute, but 45% are from public sector. I mean, it's a government sponsored, with a student of 230,000, and then 8 federal ministry and 2 very distinct agencies that regulate the sector. That is one department, skill development, is monitoring the skill training, and Malaysian Qualification Agency is to oversee the academically for the university and higher education. So they will metric it to see the equivalence between the skill and the academic, and 1.3 billion government funding. So this is the horizons of the progress from 56 until 2020 to achieve the high income with so many programs, outline prospective plan, and lately the latest one is new economic model that we hope to introduce our products. We have a high income with a good quality of trainings. So there are 8 ministries that's involved in the skill trainings. So Ministry of Human Resource, Ministry of Youth and Sport, Ministry of Rural Development, MOE. Now MOHE is combined, so but the functions are still there. Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Defense. Beside that, we have 13 state institutes in every state in Malaysia. There are 13 states. That one is a government. The big main player, federal ministry, is under federal government. But in each state, 13 states, they have one for each state. Besides, we have 500 to 600 private accredited center for private institution. So the access and the quality, there are 2 types approach. One is an institution-based, that is a continuation of the study after O-level, and the other one is industry-based training. So institution-based training is normal in any country. After O-level, they further study in training institution. The other one is industry-based training, that is expansion of TVET for the workers, existing workers in the industry. So they use, better to see this one, easier to understand. One for dual training is, I think everyone here knows that German is practicing this dual training, and we too in Malaysia makes the same but suits to our local needs. And the other one is APA, accreditation of prior achievement. So this one is to recognize so many workers in the backyard industry do the trainings without proper institution, but we can recognize them to give them a certificate, so we can say, you are qualified to get to be award either level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay, so now there are 67,000 numbers of participants graduate under APA. They don't have to go to the normal training institute, just at where they are working in the existing industry. So we just, they need to submit what work they have done, what experience, what are the knowledge, and what the task and duty according to the NOS. So there's, we can award them with that certificate. So I think I can skip this one. This I mentioned just now. Also the same thing. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, the roles of the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So at the moment, currently we have 20 institutions throughout the whole Malaysia, in peninsula of Malaysia and East Coast. So we have 20 with the enrollments of 10,000. So you can see that our role is very small. To train 230,000, we just train 10,000. So as you see just now, there are 8 ministries that work together to train the Malaysian skill. So our vision is to be the best institute in providing skill training for youth to accomplish the country developmental needs, with the mission of to produce and prepare as many technically multi-skilled youth as possible who are disciplined, patriotic, visionary, and honest. This is our unique from another, institution that train the skilled workers, because we have a patriotic for the youths, more regimented, like army. So with the objective to train youth and produce skilled manpower, as well as develop young and competitive technopreneur. So we have 2 approaches for the training institute and NYSI. One is institutional training, that is a full-time. The other one is informal skill training at National Youth Skill Institute. So the concept of the trainings, with the 80% on the skill training, the total is 100%. We divide it to skill training 80% and 20% for humanity development. Besides the skill training 80%, divided into practical training 70% and theory 30%. So under humanity development, as I mentioned just now, it's a march, means regimented style, marching, and then religions, leadership, social entrepreneurship, and constitutionalism. So this can make 20% for developments of humanity. So at the end of the 2 years or 3 years courses, they will get the certificate level 1 to 3, level 4 equivalent to diploma, and level 5 advanced diploma. These are the body award. The certificate is the main players for skill training is JPK. The one is Jabatan Pembangunan Kemahiran. Actually, is to produce to award the Malaysian Skills Certificate under Ministry of Human Resource. My ministry just implement the trainings, but that Ministry of Human Resource, the one who award the certificate, because they are more close to the industrial. Formerly known as Ministry of Labour, now the same as Ministry of Human Resource. Entry requirement to skill training under our ministry, pass in Malaysian certificate, easy to understand, is O-level, Malaysian, single, age between 17 to 30. So advertise, and the enrollment twice a year. So the career mapping for the youth skill start with the certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, and now, lately, for the last 3 years back, we have agreements with the Malaysian Technical University to recognize the Malaysian Skills Certificate from level 1 until level 5 in certain field that accepted our students to pursue in the Malaysian Technical University on certain subjects, not all, because there are some of them without academically performance. I mean, can we say low achiever in the O level, but we have to prepare for that. Okay. This is the most important point in Malaysian training, in skill training. NOS, what is NOS? It's a define of specification, competency, expected of skilled workers who are gainful, you can read. So what I'm trying to say, this is the structure. If they are achieved to level 1, 2, 3, if we can see from the graphics that the skill is wider. I mean, they have to perform more skill, can be said in industry at operation production, and then supervisory at level 3 and 4. So you can see the components of the skill going to, not meaning reduce they still maintain, but the component, we have to teach them more in knowledge, and then up to level 5, the graph can see that the supervisory, so that component wider, meaning that the higher they get the certificate, they are more knowledge, more supervisory skill, but the skill, because maybe some misinterpreted that, oh, they go higher, they lost all the skill. No, meaning the skill is there, but the component is a little bit smaller. So if you can read this one, the levels, easy to remember. Level 1 is a routine work. Then level 2, significant work, some non-routine and required responsibility. And the third, perform a broad range of varied work activities. So they use and have some responsibility and autonomy until level 4 and 5. Okay. So how we develop that level in the existing workforce? These are some. This is an example how we develop the occupational profile chart by the industry people. They the one who know what are the job in this field. For example, in machinery and equipment. So from that one identified by the industry. So with the help of the industry people, we develop the standard that we mentioned just now. So we have more than 900 titles of the job occupation in Malaysia and have all these types of profile chart. So it is not done by the government, it is done and work out with the industry people. At least every time the participant, if we develop the standard for